This week we look at the European Rally Championship season review. And from there we move on to the testing of a car that's hoping to do well in 1997. The new Ford World Rally car. We start at the El Cortes English Rally on the beautiful island of Gran Canaria, the first of the important coefficient 20 rallies starting in Las Palmas. The crews are gathering with Kurt Gottliger and last year's champion Enrico Bertoni, one of the people really fancy to go well this year. First seed Francois Delacour with the Ford Escort Cosworth, run by Escuderia Drogo. Experienced tarmac driver expected to go well here, while Bertoni has forsaken his Toyota in exchange for an Escort Cosworth. Delacour on the wrong tire choice. He lost 13 seconds on the first stage and a further 12 on stage 2. Not a happy day for him. Bertoni's misfortune's even more dramatic, losing 1 minute and 6 seconds, and after 2 stages he's down to 14th. The Pole, Holovitz, making his debut on the island, setting times just inside the top 10. Gottliger making his second attempt at the European Championship in the Escort. We join him on board as he climbs up the mountains, some 2,000 meters. But sadly, he was another driver to lose time early on. Last year's winner, Jose Maria Ponce, in the Toyota, prepared by Grafoni, one of the top preparation experts. 94 winner Monzo in the Escort having a disappointing time. Well, this is the new Megane kit car of Oriol Gomez. Second fastest in stage 1 to Ponce with the Toyota. Morotal with the Peugeot 306 Maxi, a slight off on the first stage. While Luis Clement was 5th overall with the ZX Formula 2 car, the Citroën, a good performance. Corsican tarmac expert Yves Loubet making another attempt at this year's championship and looking forward to using his forthcoming new specification Escort. Gomez surprising everybody by leading after 4 stages, the new Megane running with little or no spares. Ponce was getting used to the car, having just overtaken Aurelius. Picard here with damage to the front of the car and a flat tyre. Overtaken by Morotal with the Maxi Peugeot. Bertoni was going well with the Escort turbo lag system popping and banging. On the second day, it rained. Ponce consolidated his lead. Gomez didn't like the conditions and dropped back, unable to compete on level terms with the four-wheel drive cars, but nevertheless very spectacular. Morotal dropped back also. He went off heavily and lost a good 3rd place. An excellent show by Clement, the ZX in 5th place, while the spectators were wrapping up against the weather. Eventually, Delacour overcame his turbo problems, got a rhythm, and finished in 2nd place overall, but 2 minutes and 17 seconds behind the Toyota of Ponce. So Ponce came through, the winner after a rather difficult rally, ahead of Delacour, Bertoni, Oriol Gomez, and Luis Clement. On to Bulgaria and the start of the Zlatni Rally, with the president of the country welcoming the crews. Bertoni the first car on the road, and the first stage unpopular with the crews because it's only 100 meters from the start of the rally and cold engines don't like to be working hard. Holovitz with number 2 on the Toyota, very spectacular. Gottliger hoping to go further this year than when he crashed out early on last. A new car built by the English tuner Mike Taylor. The Austrian 6th fastest. The Russians are coming. Evgeny Vassini. More than a little understeer here. While Yves Loubet was set for joint fastest time here at Albina with Bertoni. Nihat Avci with the new Megane drifting beautifully through the right-hander here. Bertoni and Loubet were equal again on stage 3. While Holovitz was quick here. Local driver George Petrov, a police chief, holding 4th place. Gottlicker dropping time when he lost a drive to the rear wheels. Bertoni retained the lead all day. Loubet was 2nd overall, running on a restricted but small budget. But the Turkish driver Avci was leading Formula 2. He'd lost some times, however, on the slippery roads. The show stage at Albina. Bertoni still led and hoped that rumours were true that Ponce could be disqualified for his El Cortez Ingles victory, boosting him to 2nd and 300 points. Loubet not quite able to compete on the same level as Bertoni here. Gottlicker was happy to finish 3rd with his new car. German driver Fourcourt was unhappy with his car throughout with a long list of faults. And the Romanian driver Ur had put on a good display in the Toyota throughout. Nobody needed a horse and cart, least of all the winner. The crowd greeted him. A fine drive once again. Bertoni the winner from Loubet, Gottlicker next up, then Petrov and Nihat Avci. Mid-June and the championship headed for the 53rd Rally of Poland. Here the provisional championship leader Bertoni had a loss of power during the event, which lost him some time. Polish driver Holovitz had a spectacular start with a Toyota, trying to keep his championship hopes alive. Gottlicker was unhappy. A front drive shaft had broken at the start of the stage. Loubet, meanwhile, was also experiencing difficulties with the handling of his Escort, which didn't help the confidence on the fast roads. Germany's Dieter Depping, on the limit, and sometimes over it. Another Polish citizen, Herber, in 5th place. Stolfer's Skoda had mechanical problems, but still managed 15th. Burkett's Heavy Sunny was unable to compete with the kit cars, down in 10th place. Descos, reveling in the handling of the Clio Maxi in 7th, leading Formula 2. While Dominic Brunel was showing some of his ability here, but losing time in the Lancia on stage 1. He'd recovered to 8th. On board with Gottlicker, lots of spectators lining the road in brilliant sunshine. The Escort just missing a calf halfway down the road here. Holovitz held a 9-second lead over Depping in the closing stages. The Pole was taking a few risks to stay on the pace with the Toyota. Bertoni's rally, however, came to an abrupt end when he went off the road in 6th gear. The car written off, the crew undamaged. Depping was safe in 2nd place. hoping Holovitz would crack under the pressure. Gottlicker had got his drive shaft problem sorted and fought back, but his co-driver checked him into control early, and he was sixth. Lube was third, a long way back on Depping, while Herber had a good run with the Toyota to claim fourth place. Birken had some suspension problems, but nevertheless finished seventh overall and second in Formula 2. While Deskos took a brilliant fifth. So Holovitz became the first Polish driver for 25 years to win his home rally. Completing the top five, Depping, Lube, Herber and Deskos. Competitors were at Ypres in the historic city for the 32nd running of the Ypres 24-hour rally. Armin Schwartz leading off with a Toyota. The rally route shortened to just 209 stage miles following last year's spectator problems. Schwartz was suffering from brake problems right from the start. Braking absolutely crucial at high speed on these roads. As he scrabbled round, Bertoni was behind him, the only other ACD driver in the event with a Jolly Club Escort. The car was a handful over the bumps. Special Stage 3 caught him out and he left the road for good. Gregoire de Mervius, suffering tyre and handling problems from Stage 1. Overshooting here. Back on the road, a half spin took him out on Special Stage 4 when the radiator was broken. That wrecked the engine. Freddie Loix had never run the Toyota before at Asphalt, but no one could tell. The Belgian setting equal fastest time on the first stage and blitzing the opposition. Faultless driving here, with fastest times on Stage 2, 3, 4 and 5. Bernard Munster with the Maxi Megane, a respectable 7th overall. While Louise Aitken Walker's rally ended soon after this slight error with a blown engine. Liam O'Callaghan climbed after a slow start to 8th place. Then the diff let go on Special Stage 5. Ferret, last year's winner, finished the day in 4th place, having had problems with the handbrake. He couldn't set the car up and couldn't use it to help him through the turns. Patrick Snyers unhappy with his tyres, but that was the least of his trouble. His engine was down on power.
100 meter. Rechts 80. Wordt rechts 70 snel. 100 meter.
In spite of the disadvantage, he was up to 4th place overall by the end of the day. The wrong tyres, the wrong gear ratios, and then finally losing a gear meant Dues was down to 6th. While Dieter Depping was on form and hadn't been considered a threat before the start. Now he was a top contender. A faultless run in the Mitsubishi by Pascal Smet saw him leading Group N easily after a trouble-free day. 10th overall and a minute over his nearest rival. While second in Formula 2 was Henrik Lundgaard with the ex-Loy Astra GSI. Jean-Pierre van der Wawa embarrassed more powerful cars with the little Peugeot 106. Loix went well on day 2 to maintain the good work, while Schwartz with a healthy car wasn't able to catch him. Munster lost the place when he had a spin, while Snurs settled for a good finish to score maximum points in the Belgian Championship. Smets was well clear in Group N, despite the spin which cost him some time. What looked like a Toyota 123 went a bit wrong. Verrate rolled at the hairpin and had to look through the side window. It dropped him down to 5th, he couldn't see. His misfortune promoted Sniers. Still down on power, but now up to 3rd place and leading the Belgian Championship. Verrate had a new screen fitted and the dents knocked out and set about catching Munster for 4th place, while Loix charged on in the lead. Del Plaza's main aim was to get the Lancer to the finish. Schwartz never gave up. The maxim, you never know what will happen to the guy in front, was something he played all day. While Verrate charged back up to 4th overall. Formula 2 leader Munster spun in the rain on special stage 22 and dropped back to 5th overall. Patrick Sniers was a comfortable 3rd. And Schwartz had to be satisfied with 2nd place. Start to finish leader, Freddie Loix, fastest time on 20 of the 25 stages, winning the 96 Ypres Rally. While in Group N, it was Pascal Smets. So it's Loix with the champagne partnered by Sven Smets. The next 4, Schwartz, Sniers, Verrate and Munster. The Croatia Delta Rally. Nico Pulic with the Lancia setting off here on the Croatia Rally with the hope of repeating a success he's had twice before. Getting it a bit wrong there. Gottlicker with the Escort in perfect conditions. The 2nd time he's been here, 1 second off the fastest time on this stage. Mike Patterson from England in his Escort. In 3rd place, 5 seconds off Chavanech. And Stolper with the Skoda Kit car, also wanting Formula 2 honours here. A wrongly fitted cooling fan on the Pulic Lancia means that he's suffering from overheating. It doesn't mean retirement, but it does mean he's going slower. While Gottlicker, fastest on stage 2, 3 and 4, leads the rally. Chavanech in 2nd or 3rd place on all the stages, losing around about 10 seconds on each stage. This is the Croatian Ravac, 4th overall. The Escort not full Group A, but going well. Stolfer, a strong leader in Formula 2, 5th overall. And Patterson, 6th after 5 stages. In Group A, it's the Croatian Londerek with the Subaru, leading from the start. Pellehan's Golf, 8th overall and 2nd in Formula 2. Gottlicker, now so sure of himself, he's trying different settings on the car, preparing for the next event. Jovanec is happy in second place and isn't pushing any harder. Kilic is still hanging on to third, but loses more and more power on the event. Stolfer has no problems. The Skoda kit car going the full 100%. 10 stages to go on the third day. Kurt Gottlicher can come up to second place in the championship if he can win here. Jovanec doesn't need to try. He's not in for the European Championship. Perhaps the most disappointed man in the rally, Kilic with the Lancia. On stage 17, the car begins to heat up even more. The result of that, a head gasket goes. Effectively, that's the end of his rally as the car eventually comes to a halt. The engine has overheated and has been doing so right from the beginning. Stolfer has better luck winning the kit car side of the Croatian rally. Lonkaric with the Subaru Impreza led from start to finish in Group N, and Croatia has a new talent in this man coming up. Two weeks ago, it all went wrong for Kurt Gottlicher. Now it's different. He's here with a top score, while Jovanec holds on to a good second place. Gottlicher takes the lead in the championship. Behind him at the finish, after a good drive, were Jovanec, Vlaves, Stolfer and Mike Patterson. The Hansruck Rally. In Germany, Armin Schwartz on his home ground. He shows everybody from the word go exactly what his intentions are. Putting on a big show for the fans. Holderide also in a works Toyota. Now in Group A as opposed to last year in Group N. Holowitz is here after 5 consecutive wins in the Polish Championship. Depping has won for the last 2 years. Can he make it the hat trick? A new talent, Armin Kramer, one of the up-and-coming men from Germany. Burkert on his home ground. He went well in Poland and is hoping to go well here too. He's in the top 10 right from the start. With 8 stages to go, Depping is second overall. Only bad luck, however, can see him pass Schwartz. Schwartz is losing. 9 seconds on stage 8 and 10 on 9. But not enough to bring Depping back. Isolde still third, 4 minutes ahead of the man in 4th place. That's Kramer with no problems at all. Burkert 5th overall. Enough points here will take him back to the lead in the Formula 2 Championship. He's hitting Holtz in the Volkswagen, who's 7th overall. The second day, and Schwartz, still with no problems, is able to sort out some suspension settings. Depping at the finish. His problems at Ypres means that he's happy just to finish. Isolde is adept at adapting to the car. Little by little, she's getting there. Third place for the Bavarian blonde. Armin Kramer, a new talent in Group N, leading it from start to finish. While in spite of punctures and turbo problems, Stacy finishes sixth. The top five then, with Schwartz once again taking the honours, Depping second, Holdride third, Kramer and Burkhardt. Brand new car for Schwartz to try and repeat his success in the Deutschland Rally. From the start, he flew away from the opposition. At this stage, Hollowitz was lying third in the championship. While Kurt Gottlicher was second in the European standings. Another new car with a very special engine, but turbo problems slowing him at an early stage of the rally. Gregoire de Mervius not competing on the European scene, but collecting points for the Belgian Championship, second fastest after 4 stages. Winner in 94, an accident in 95, Depping really looking for a better result than the last 2 years. While Armin Kramer is hoping that the Mitsubishi in Group N form will give him a chance to get ahead of Gassner. The Group N Proton running quickly from the start. Burkhardt won the Formula 2 class on the Hunsrück and is hoping to do the same on his home event. He's 9th overall. He led Formula 2, but then it started raining. And Depping was really going for it. Nevertheless, Schwartz was on winning form all day long. But there was tragedy behind him. Hollowitz's car burst into flames 100 meters before the flying finish. The co-driver jumped out. The driver took it onto the grass. When he got out, he was in tears. Gone was his car and his chance for European victory. The show must go on. As the Toyota's destroyed, on goes Schwartz. Very quickly, winning all the stages. Some 19 seconds behind him, Gregoire de Mervius. The Bavarian blonde is Olga Holdride in third place, losing time on the fast stages. Depping had a nominal time on stage 4 where the fire was. Gottlicher had a turbo blow. While Gassner, the leader of Group N, kept his own time, Kramer had a nominal time for this stage. 22 seconds now behind Gassner. Gottlicher, and we leave with him. A new co-driver for this event not changing his luck. He's having problems with a new car, and on this stage it's some heating problem. Losing time again. The car beginning to seize, steam coming out from under the bonnet. Burkhardt, very impressive here. Perhaps trying a little too hard at this stage. Nevertheless, he has sufficient advantage to maintain his lead. Big competition here from the Czech Skoda driver Stolfer, second in Formula 2. While Muller in third place in the class is moving up quickly. Alyasov in fourth place, the Russian going well. Into the vineyards of the Moselle Valley. This is where the real rally starts, so says Armin Schwartz.
going at 100% now?
No, definitely not. We still keep some spare, and I think there is no need to push harder than that. I mean, we have to save the car as well. It's a long time to go, and I think if you push too hard, maybe you break something on the car.
Demervius is still losing out little by little to Depping, who's challenging him. Kramer is right on the limit, however, trying to come back on Gassner's tail and taking a second off on each stage. Burkhardt in total control of the two-wheel drive class.
Nico, you're leading the Formula 2 class, but it's very close racing, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're leading from my friend and teammate Müller, who is going very well, and we're very happy. We're 1-2 in the moment, but even thereafter, it's not even a minute to Stolfa, so it's very close here.
Stolfa determined, going very hard indeed with the Skoda. Isolde Holgride getting better all the time, although she's lost third.
We had today problems with the drive shaft and I lose time, so that's the reason why I'm now in the 5th position.
Without your problems, you could have stayed in 3rd position, you think?
It would be difficult because Dieter Depping was going fast today, and okay, tomorrow is a long day.
Schwartz shouldn't have anything to worry about with the lead that he's built up, however. While Demervius is losing his 2nd place. Difficult to drive quickly, Depping challenging all the time. He takes 6 seconds back on the first stage and 22 on the next and takes the place. Kramer is 6th overall. His main competitor Gassner is now out. While Burkhardt is now 7th with Stolfa out of the event. He's now leading the Formula 2 standings in the European Championship. Gottlicher would rather forget about this rally. 1 gearbox and 3 turbos, the engine too powerful for the rest of the car. But he's not alone in problems. Schwartz has them too and loses a lot of time on the last 3 stages. Depping's strategy has worked well, little by little, into the lead. Schwartz was 11 minutes late starting the next stage, plus 1 minute 50 lost, and the lead has gone. Demervius now up to 2nd place, looking good for the Belgian Championship. So Depping wins the Deutschland Rally for the 2nd time. 2nd place, Gregoire Demervius. 3rd place, Schwartz in spite of his problems. And then it's Carla with Isolde Holgride in 5th place. The Alpe Rally in Greece. And Vovos takes the start in now what is a comparatively old car, the Lancia. But that hasn't put off Bertoni, who switched to a Lancia 2, the current European champion and at this point leading the 96 championship. Riquelme from Monaco, very fast in the first 4 stages with the RAS Escort, putting him into the lead after 4 of the 20. Gottlicher. The Excalibur Escort now in 2nd place in the European Championship. He has to score on this rally, but has problems with the handbrake. Konstantin Orr from Romania in the Celica. Not on the pace in the opening stages. 9th overall after the first 4. Avci with the Formula 2 Renault. Going for the Formula 2 crown. And last year's winner, Kyrkos in the Escort. Very fast from the start. One of the Malcolm Wilson prepared cars, he lost 19 seconds on stage 4. Burkhardt, Formula 2 winner from the Deutschland Rally, retires on stage 1 with mechanical problems. The Seat Ibiza of Stratasino cannot make the speed of the top 10. So it's left to Aliasson with the Gazprom Astra, fastest of the 2-wheel drive cars, 9th overall. Riquelme gets problems with the gearbox, so he drops back to 4th place. But for Vovos, this is his home rally, and it's a strong performance with the old Lancia against the stronger Escort. After 7 stages, he's back in the lead, 23 seconds ahead of Kirkos, who's ready to take over if Vovos makes a mistake. Gottliger is 3rd, 1 minute behind. With the 2 cars unregistered for the European Championship in front of him, there are no points for them, but plenty for him. The gearbox is just one of a number of never-ending problems for Bertoni. Orr's Toyota in 8th place, but slowly coming back. Aliasov lost a sure win in Formula 2 when the engine exploded on the last but one stage. Papadimitriou's Escort is leading Group N. Having led at the end of the first day, Vovos loses time on the second, but second's good enough in an old car like the Lancia. It's been a fine drive. Kirkos fastest on the last 3 stages, building an advantage of 1 minute and 39 seconds. Gottliger 3rd overall, now 2nd in the standings, 10 points behind Bertoni. Dim's Clio wins the 2-wheel drive class 8th overall. So it's the podium 2 years in a row for Kirkos. Vovos next up, Gottliger, Riquelme and Konstantin Orr. From Greece to Cyprus for the Cyprus Rally, and Armin Schwartz leaves the start ramp. He had a lead of over 3 minutes after the Friday stages. Gottliger's 3rd on the max saw him leading the championship, with Schwartz coming very close. But these are some rough, twisty stages. The big surprise of the rally, Aliasov the Russian, up to 4th and closing on Stolfa. Service on the Toyota, we speak to Armin Schwartz.
It was easy, and I think it helps a little bit, the dust also, because we didn't have so much dust than the others. But we have a lot of loose gravel on the road, a lot. It's very, very loose. I think you have to clean up the road first, as a first car always. I mean, like I know also from the World Championship, and then it gets a bit better.
With a long wheelbase car such as the Toyota, it's difficult for drivers on these twisty stages, but Armin is world class, and so for that matter is Gottliger. He now is hoping to make best his chances for the European Series. Stolfa still in with a chance for the Formula 2 Championship in his 3rd overall. Not bad for his first time here. Aliasov is still challenging him, however, throwing the car round. Burkhardt has problems with traction, which doesn't help much when there are limitations on tyre consumption. Klienthaus lost a wheel on stage 5 and was late getting to service at Farnhos. Jason is 2nd in Group N with a Subaru, of which Machias is the leader, now 5th overall. Loftus is up to 6th place, now coming back strong. Day 3 and 8 stages to go. With Gottliger breaking a track rod on the first stage of the 3rd day, Schwartz now can go comparatively slowly. Aliasov is in 2nd place now, and with Schwartz having drive shaft problems, he could even win. As we go on board with the Russian, we can see how difficult and hard the conditions are. Without second gear, Tomy did a fine job to finish third. While fourth overall is Zaloftus, who lost a lot of time on day one. Burkhardt made it to ninth, almost sure of the European Formula 2 crown. At the podium, in spite of the drive shaft problems, it was champagne once again for Armin Schwartz. Behind in the top five, Eliasov, Toma, Zaloftus and Melissas. To the south of France now for the 31st Rallye d'Antilles, with Bugalski with one aim in mind, taking the French championship. But Delacour in the number 2 Peugeot Metzi has the same time as Bugalski, while Armin Schwartz loses some time. His goal is the European Championship. Panizzi, leader of the French Championship, is fastest on stage 1 but loses 4 minutes on stage 2 with a flat tyre. Gottlieb second in the European Championship, 7th overall after 3 stages. The gearbox problem on stage 2. Burkhardt has a fine task, however. 7th in Formula 2, 40 points, enough to become champion for the 2-wheel drive class. Zaneri with the Megane, the only one who could catch Burkhardt. Eliasov, the Astra, now in 3rd place in the Formula 2 class, as we've seen all year long, not happy on this kind of road. On day 2, Bugalski lost his first place when he went off the road. Schwartz, with a 10-second lead, was putting on a show for the spectators. 43 seconds behind him, Ragnotti. Mr. Renault Rally Ragnotti, 3rd overall. The spectators were waiting for the other French hero, Francois Delacour, fighting like the devil to get close to the top drivers, fastest on stage 8. After a promising start, Gottlieb lost 3 places. The problem was no brakes. It doesn't help on roads like this. Zaneri didn't like the narrow roads anyway and lost 2 places. Burkhardt was back in 13th, 8th Formula 2 car. Day 3, 5 stages to go, and Schwartz loses the rally when he has a flat tyre. 3 stages to go, he'll be 3rd overall. Bugalski earned a 30-second penalty for pushing out of Parc Fermé. Delacour is the man to go on to win, while Burkhardt made up the 2 places he needed to take the Formula 2 Championship of Europe. It's podium for the man who thought about stopping after day 1 when he had problems. Bugalski 2nd, Schwartz, Panizzi and Jean Ragnotti bringing up the top 5. So after 52 events, Armin Schwartz wins the championship from Gottlieb, Bertoni, Depping, Delacour and Holovitz.